And I know that you're all very keen to get to the drinks, so I'll try to make this brief. And I won't attempt in any way to recap what we've already heard. I'll have the luxury of picking just a few of the highlights, and in any event, we were all here for the discussions. We've heard about the ambition of our sector, our shared priorities on investments, climate resilience, innovation and competitiveness. The message was clear. As insurers, we're ready to step up, but it's a collective game. Thierry Léger reminded us that while the next 20 years will be marked by uncertainty and volatility, this is not something we fear. This is what we're built for. He spoke of the importance of diversification in an increasingly interconnected world and the need to remain vigilant as risks are reshaping. His call to keep Solvency II and economic framework resonated strongly. Here, we've made quite some progress since the Solvency II journey started, but I would suggest there's still room and need for a few further improvements. As the Commission said, we need to make sure that our model doesn't not make us less competitive. In our investment session, we heard a powerful call for smart, stable regulation, one that builds trust. But we also need to keep in mind that trust is built in the relationship between insurers and its consumer. It starts with easy and simple consumer journeys. We were reminded that insurers already do a great deal for Europe. I can only acknowledge this. While Europe matters, we need to maintain our transatlantic relations and share experiences from our respective jurisdictions, especially in this new reality we're living in. Commissioner Høgster's message was equally clear. The European Union needs our help on climate resilience. And we're ready to answer that call. We know that climate action is harder today than it was 5 years ago, but it only makes it even more urgent. We must get the European Climate Adaptation Plan right, and we continue to contribute and more. As you heard this morning, we are dealing with a key priority for us at Insurance Europe. During the NatCat panel, we all got the invitation to make insurance a key part of COP30 and to come to Belgium. I personally feel very compelled by this, both invitations, in fact. There's an alignment. We need to relaunch climate action, even in a difficult geopolitical context. And we must do so together, with data, with innovation, and with a renewed social contract. Stine Bosse reminded us of the importance of acting together, and I'm glad to respond to that call. Climate matters, and while we all value simplification, we must also recognize that meaningful reporting still plays an essential role. With Connie Culture, we're reminded that not all customers are the same, and that understanding their need is essential. Most importantly, it's not about the product, it's about the experience. That was a very powerful takeaway for me. And in our session with these phenomenal guys, we heard a very clear and consistent message. The consumer journey must be simpler. Information must be simpler. And we also understood that financial education is important. It's not a silver bullet. It must be part of a broader approach, and it must be tailored to national context. The next generation is purpose-driven, demanding, and diverse, and it's up to us to adapt to them. Perhaps the most challenging moment for me today was to take live questions from you guys. And it turns out that, as I said, they're a lot smarter than I was at their age, and they're definitely not naive about insurance, the world, or what's coming. And I found it very thoughtful, very legitimate, and a powerful reminder of our core mission, which is to take care of the future. So to conclude, I want you guys to keep one thing in mind. As insurers, we're keen to contribute more. So let's do it. Insurance wants to be part of the solution. Let's keep going with smarter regulation, stronger partnerships, and a shared commitment to building a more resilient, competitive, and inclusive Europe. I look very much forward to seeing you all next year in Cyprus. But thank you very much for joining us here today in Brussels. And please go downstairs, enjoy the drinks, and let's continue the conversation. Thank you.